elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
I mean, it's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or
Skip Bayless says otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever the fuck they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, like whatever happens, wherever you go, like that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
So who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
One question before I go, Tom. Do you think a college kid needs a Phantom, like a Rolls Royce?
Nah, no, it's not a Phantom. It's a Rolls Royce cousin.
I think he needs to get his ass in the film room and spend as much time in there as possible.
Thank you,
less
Tom.
time in the car and more time in the film room.
Thank you, Tom. I appreciate
And I
that.
seen you have one too, Tom. Don't think I seen.
I was just a rental. Hey, I had a few bucks in my pocket at that point. I'll see some car stories when we're together next time.
Listen, I wanted to see what Shedeur would look like in a situation that wasn't advantageous to him. He didn't get any reps, as many reps as he should, to prepare himself, to be prepared for a game like this of this magnitude. Dylan Brooks hurt. Kenny Pickett hurt. Joe Flacco not playing. So the card that he was dealt to go into this game, can you be a leader of men? Can you go in calm, show a presence of leadership, run the team, command the team, show that regardless of who's around you, you can still conduct yourself like quarterback one. He was calm, under pressure, went through his progressions, made some great throws, had some errant throws. You know, obviously that's what film is for. That's what the preseason is for. To fix the nooks and the crannies, to get him out. He looked like he belonged, He looked different.
He did.
And Andrew Berry, you made the right call.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason that you wanted him. There's no reason he should have dropped as far as he did. You cannot tell me as any scout of those 32 teams that didn't need a starting quarterback, but those that needed a quarterback and were in need of one, watch film on Shedeur Sanders and what he did at Jackson State and what he did at Colorado and say, you know what? No, that's not my guy. The quote you just read from the scout in the AFC North, if you watch film, what did you expect him to look like?
Mm-hmm.
He looked exactly like he looked in Colorado. He looked exactly like he looked at Jackson State. Calm under pressure, in the pocket, going through progressions, making the right throws. That's what we expected to see.
What they expected to see and what some hope to see might be two entirely different things.
Talk to me now.
Now, hope, man, I sure hope this happens, man. Versus expect to see. What I wanted to see.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to see exactly what you wanted to see. I want to see, could he play with poise? Could he throw the ball with conviction? Could he be decisive? Could he go through his progressions? The pocket collapses. Could he take off? He showed me some of everything. I the over route, threw it on timing, guy in his face, led him, boom, dropped it right in the bucket. He fit those balls, pressure in his face, the second touchdown, pressure in his face, the first touchdown, the corner slumps off, the flat, the safety is hugging him. He fits it in, gets it in, boom. On the move, the touch pass over the top. As I mentioned at the top, the receiver did make a great play, but Shedeur had a nice loft. That's not an easy throw to make. He was impressive tonight.
Very.
And a lot of people, they were in the chat last night. Let's see what Shedeur does. Let's see what Shedeur does. Well,
hold on, you know what they're gonna say now? Oh, it's the preseason. Oh, he's not playing against their starters. Oh, he's playing against the.
Hell, he didn't have the starters either.
Well, hello.
I didn't see Jerry Jeudy. I didn't see Njoku. I didn't see the starting offensive line.
No Cedric Tillman. So this is what I have to say to those who are going to have another excuse. They're going to move the goalposts, right? They're going to move the goalposts and say, well, he wasn't going against the Panther starters. Well, obviously, if he's not going against the Panther starters, or if he doesn't have his starters as well, and what he has at his disposal and look that good with the 2s and 3s, and maybe the 4s that are trying to make the team, what do you think is going to happen when he has the main characters in there around him?
Right.
that makes your job a little bit easier, that are a little bit better at their position than those that he's playing with tonight. What you think gonna happen?
Well, they can try to move the goalpost, but I ain't trying to kick a field goal or PAT, so I'm going to score anyway. And Shedeur Sanders scored tonight. I'm going to give credit where it's due. 14 to 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interception. He got 2 sacks. Like I said, we can nitpick a couple of things. Yeah, it's a strong safety, the Sam Strong safety blitz. Probably like, you know what? But it looked like he was telling the guy, bro, I need you to hook up on that. You probably not going to be able to outrun the safety. Lamar Jackson, hold on to the ball a little longer because he can outrun the safety. Josh Allen, same thing. That's not Shedeur. Shedeur is not a mobile quarterback. He's going to do the majority of his damage is going to be in the pocket, Ocho.
Right.
He's Tom Brady. I'm not saying he's Tom Brady, but he has the athleticism. That's not what he's known for. Go ahead, Ocho.
This is the thing. What he lacks in athleticism and inability to get out the pocket, he has great pocket presence, huh? Being able to move and being able to not telegraph, but understand when that clock is ticking and when it's time to get up out of there.
Right.
He can move extremely well within the pocket without having to take sacks. What about the third down, huh? The third down when he scrambled, the D-line ran a stunt. He was able to get outside of it.
You know what I like the most? He saw the stunt and took off immediately.
Yes.
That's what I like, Ocho. That's what I like. Oh, y'all. I don't know who's supposed to go first and who's supposed to. I don't know who's supposed to E or who's supposed to T, and I don't know who's supposed to T and who's supposed to E. But I tell you what, I'm gone.
I'm gone. Yep.
Yeah. Y'all. I tell you what, y'all figure it out in film study tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm about to pick up this. I'm about to pick up the first down. He's played himself. He might have started after 4, but after this performance, he can't be number 4. Because here's the fact, Ocho.
How? It's
Mike
impossible.
Shanahan told us something very, very interesting. He says, you can lose your job because of injury. Because let me tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you get injured and you're out and a guy comes in and he's playing better than you before you got injured, it's his job now. Ask yourself, was Dylan Gabriel, before he got hurt, was he playing better than what you saw Shedeur Sanders do tonight? Kenny Pickett, ask yourself this question. Was he playing better than what Shedeur was, than what Shedeur played tonight?
Yeah.
If you can honestly answer those questions, okay.
Right. And the thing about it, what people need to understand, for those that are in the chat, it's one thing to have joint practices. It's one thing to practice against yourself and look good against your players.
Yes.
Everything's scripted, huh? Everything is scripted, even defensively in those joint practices at times, because there's certain things they want to work on defensively and there's certain things that you want to work on offensively. When you get into the game, nothing is shared from team to team.
Nah.
So it's a green light and everything going as if it's a real game. You're working your scheme, your game plan, and all you have to do is execute it in its simplest form. As simple as preseason games are from an offensive perspective in the way the plays are called. And he did that tonight to a hell of a job. One hell of a job tonight.
NFL legends don't make bold predictions lightly. But when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, they're saying something that sounds absolutely insane. A 5th-round rookie quarterback who fell further than anyone expected is being called the future MVP by veterans who've seen it all. Former Super Bowl champions, Hall of Famers, and elite analysts are making claims about the Browns' newest signal caller that seems impossible until you dig into what they're actually seeing. One NFL legend is so confident that he's predicting Sanders will be Cleveland's starting quarterback by mid-season, despite entering training camp as the 4th option behind Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and fellow rookie Dylan Gabriel. But here's the thing that makes these predictions even more shocking. They might actually be right. What makes a rookie who wasn't even drafted until the 5th round so dangerous that seasoned veterans are already calling him a future superstar? The answer goes deeper than talent, and in a territory that most draft experts completely missed. We're talking about a perfect storm of circumstances, skill, and mental toughness that could rewrite rookie quarterback history. Shedeur Sanders entered draft day projected as a potential 1st-round pick, only to slide all the way to 5th round in what's being called one of the biggest draft slides of all time. But here's what's terrifying for the rest of the NFL. Every single team that passed on him might have just made the biggest mistake in franchise history. While Miami's Cam Ward was considered the consensus best passer in the class, Sanders was predicted to go somewhere in the first or second round at the latest. After Thursday's first 32 picks, the 23-year-old was still waiting to hear his name called, with TV coverage repeatedly showing his reaction as team after team passed him by. What looked like disappointment to casual viewers was actually fuel being added to a fire that's about to burn the entire league. The slide wasn't about talent, it was about perception. NFL teams got caught up in concerns about his college system, questions about arm strength, and doubts about whether he could handle the pressure. What they missed was something far more dangerous: a quarterback with elite bloodlines, championship experience, and now a massive chip on his shoulder that's about to explode onto the NFL scene. Despite falling to the 5th round, Sanders has the top-selling jersey of the entire 2025 draft class, outselling even first-round picks like Travis Hunter and Cam Ward. That's not just name recognition from his father, that's fans recognizing something special that 31 NFL front offices completely whiffed on. But the draft slide is just the beginning of why legends believe Sanders is about to shock the world. When you're born with NFL bloodlines like Shedeur Sanders, you don't just inherit athletic ability, you inherit an understanding of championship pressure that can't be taught. Even if you didn't know his last name, you'd recognize that Sanders has NFL bloodlines just from watching his tape. He followed his father from Jackson State to Colorado and has developed under one of the greatest athletes in sports history.
Given what Shedeur went through and what you went through, watching tonight, does it make it almost more meaningful than just a football game?
I'm not going to say meaningful. We've already spoken like 3 times today. We just got off the phone joking and clowning like crazy. It's going to be strange for both of us. I was in the hospital the last time. I missed, I think, 3 games. But this time I'm well. But, you know, me going out there taking that walk and him taking that walk and he know I'm not there, that's different. That's different for him. So, but he's so prepared right now. A lot of people are approaching it like a preseason game. He's approaching it like a game. And that's how he's always approached everything, to prepare and to approach it like this is it. He's thankful and appreciative of the opportunity. He don't get caught up in, you know, all the rhetoric in the media. He's far beyond that. He was coached through that when he was a kid. So we've always gone through that, and he's always navigated his way. Some of the stuff is just ignorant. Some of it is really adolescent, but he's far surpasses that. And I can't wait to see him play. I can't wait to see Jimmy play. You know, I can't wait to see Shiloh play on Saturday. I can't wait to see Will play, Travis and Cam and BJ. Did I get them all? Xavier, yeah. I can't wait. I'm like a kid in the candy shop. It's like your babies out there that you cut the umbilical cord. Now they doing their thing. I just can't wait to see him get down tonight. But it's going to be a little weird. It's going to be a little strange. It really is. I got to admit that. But I'm praying for him, and God has set him up and placed him in the perfect position that he needs to be in. It's going to be a problem after the night, though. I promise you that.
But this isn't just about having a famous father. Deion Sanders didn't just play in the NFL. He dominated it. He understood what it took to perform under the brightest lights, handled the biggest moments, and rise above when everything was on the line. That mental framework has been passed down to Shedeur, who has already shown he can handle pressure that breaks other quarterbacks. The bloodline advantage goes beyond genetics. Shedeur has been around elite football minds his entire life, absorbing concepts and strategies that most rookies are just learning for the first time. He's been in team meetings since he could walk, studied film before he could drive, and understood NFL concepts while his peers were still learning high school offenses. Critics want to call it nepotism, but that's the exact kind of thinking that allowed Sanders to fall to the 5th round. What they're missing is that having an NFL legend as a father doesn't guarantee success. It just gives you the blueprint. What Shedeur has done with that blueprint is what has legends making MVP predictions. And when tragedy struck this offseason, it revealed something even more powerful about Sanders' mental makeup. When Deion Sanders announced in July that doctors have removed his bladder to fight an aggressive form of cancer, Shedeur faced the ultimate test of mental toughness. Most rookies would crumble under that kind of emotional pressure while trying to make an NFL roster. Sanders did the opposite. He stayed locked in, focused, and determined to make his father proud during the most difficult time imaginable. This wasn't just about football anymore. This was about a son using his platform to honor his father while that father fought for his life. The kind of motivation that comes from that situation doesn't just make you better, it makes you unstoppable. NFL legends recognize that kind of fire because they felt it themselves during their greatest moments. The timing couldn't have been more perfect for creating a champion. Just as Sanders was entering the most crucial training camp of his life, he was given the ultimate reason to succeed. Veterans in Cleveland have already noticed something different about his preparation, his focus, and his determination to prove that his late draft selection was the mistake of the century. Mental toughness isn't just about handling pressure, it's about turning pressure into fuel. Sanders has been dealing with skeptics his entire career, from college transfer questions to draft slide disappointment. Now, with his father's health battle adding another layer of motivation, he's entering his rookie season with the kind of emotional drive that creates legendary performances. But motivation only matters if you can beat the veterans standing in your way. Cleveland Browns legend Bernie Kosar is so confident in Sanders that he's predicting the rookie will be starting by the middle of the season, despite entering camp behind 3 other quarterbacks. But here's what makes this prediction even more bold. The veterans Sanders is competing against aren't just placeholders. They're established NFL quarterbacks who should theoretically have every advantage. Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl champion with years of experience. Kenny Pickett was a first-round pick just a few years ago. Dylan Gabriel was drafted ahead of Sanders in the same class. On paper, Sanders should be the long shot to even make the roster, let alone start games. But NFL analysts are now predicting that Sanders will start more games in 2025 than any other quarterback on Cleveland's roster. The reason for this confidence isn't just potential, it's what Sanders brings that the other quarterbacks don't. While Flacco has experience, he lacks the arm talent and mobility of a modern NFL offense. While Pickett has pedigree, he'd never shown the leadership qualities that make Sanders a star at Colorado. While Gabriel was drafted higher, he doesn't have the football IQ or pressure experience that Sanders possesses. The situation is so fluid that if Sanders can't immediately establish himself, the Browns might try to sneak him onto the practice squad, but the rest of the NFL will be watching to claim him. That's not the kind of attention you get for a typical 5th-round pick. That's the respect level given to a quarterback that teams know they've missed on. But individual talent only goes so far. What's making legends believe in Sanders' MVP potential is how perfectly he fits with what Cleveland's trying to build. Cleveland's offensive system isn't just built for a quarterback like Sanders, it's practically designed for him to thrive immediately. The Browns have invested heavily in skill position players, built an offensive line that can protect a pocket passer, and implemented a scheme that maximizes quick decision-making and accurate passing. Everything Sanders does best. The receiving corps featuring talented targets gives Sanders immediate weapons to showcase his arm talent and accuracy. The running game takes pressure off the passing attack, allowing Sanders to manage games early while building confidence. The offensive line provides the protection necessary for a rookie to develop without getting destroyed by NFL pass rushers. Most importantly, Cleveland's coaching staff understands they need to find their quarterback of the future. They're not married to veterans on the roster. They're looking for someone who can grow with the organization long term. Sanders represents that potential in a way that a 34-year-old Joe Flacco can't simply match. The Browns also have a defense that can keep games close, meaning Sanders won't need to carry the entire team from day one. He can grow into the role gradually, building confidence and experience without the pressure of having to throw for 350 yards every game just to compete. But talent and situation only matter if history shows it's actually possible for a rookie to win MVP. The MVP award has only been won by a rookie once in NFL history, but that precedent is exactly why Sanders' situation is so dangerous for the league. When the right quarterback finds the right situation at the right time, magical things happen, and everything about Sanders' circumstance scream historic rookie season. Sanders opened with plus 15,000 odds to win NFL MVP following the draft, which seems impossible until you consider what those odds represent. Sportsbooks aren't stupid. They don't offer MVP odds on 5th-round picks unless they see something special. Those odds reflect the possibility, however remote, that Sanders could shock the world. The modern NFL is built for rookie quarterbacks to succeed immediately. Rule changes favor passing offenses. Rookie contracts allow teams to build around young quarterbacks, and offensive systems have become more college-friendly. Sanders is entering the league at the perfect time for a rookie to make an immediate impact. What makes Sanders different from other rookie quarterbacks is the combination of immediate need in Cleveland and the chip on his shoulder from the draft slide. He's not just trying to develop, he's trying to prove that 31 teams made a historic mistake. That kind of motivation, combined with the talent that got him drafted in the first place, creates the possibility for something unprecedented. The Browns' schedule also sets up perfectly for a rookie to build momentum. Early winnable games could establish confidence, while the veteran presence on the team provides support without creating internal competition for leadership. And if Sanders could put together the kind of season that legends are predicting, we're not just talking about Rookie of the Year, we're talking about rewriting NFL history. What makes Sanders' potential MVP campaign so compelling isn't just the individual achievement, it's what it would mean for the entire landscape of the NFL. A 5th round rookie winning MVP wouldn't just be a great story, it would fundamentally change how teams evaluate quarterbacks and approach the draft forever. NFL analysts are already predicting that Sanders is in Cleveland to stay, and will be given every opportunity to prove that he can be the team's franchise quarterback. That kind of organizational commitment to a late round pick doesn't happen unless teams see something truly special in practice and preparation. The narrative writes itself. The son of an NFL legend, overlooked by every team in the league, using his father's cancer battle as motivation to prove he belongs among the elite. If Sanders can stay healthy and get opportunity to start, he'll be playing with the kind of emotional fuel that creates legendary seasons. The Browns fan base is already rallying behind Sanders in a way that's unusual for a 5th round pick. The jersey sales, the social media support, and the general excitement around his potential suggest that Cleveland is ready to embrace him as their franchise quarterback if he can deliver on the field. Most importantly, Sanders has the perfect combination of talent, motivation, and opportunity that creates MVP caliber seasons. He's not just trying to have a good rookie year, he's trying to prove that everyone was wrong about him. That level of determination, combined with NFL bloodlines and a perfect system fit, is exactly what legends recognize as the foundation for greatness. The stage is set, the motivation is there, and the opportunity is coming. When Shedeur Sanders finally gets his chance to start for Cleveland Browns, don't be surprised if he reminds everyone why NFL legends never stop believing in his MVP potential.